Hey everyone, welcome to another How to Webflow. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a custom bottom mobile menu. And it's going to look something like this. All right. And what I'm going to be using is the Webflow navbar component and showing you how to configure that to be something like this. And as I was building this, I realized this is actually a study of Flexbox. So yeah, let me show you how to do it, and hopefully you learn a little bit more about Flexbox. Here we go. And here we go. All right, so I've already uploaded 4 icons and a background photo just for placeholder content, but these 4 icons are going to be used for the nav menu. All right, so let's get started. Let's put in the cars first, just as like some sort of content so we can see this behind the nav bar. So first thing I'm going to do is drag in a section. I'm going to call it hero. Give it a height of 100 VH. So again, VH means viewport height, so this takes up the whole height of the viewport. Okay, and I'm going to I'm going to choose the image. Choose that one. Set it to cover, and what covers does, it covers the whole screen. All right, I'm going to position it to the center, no repeat, and click out. All right, now let's go ahead and add in our navbar and start styling it. So I'm going to drag in a navbar. Actually, I'm going to put the navbar above the hero, okay? And this one, I'm going to set the position to fixed. That way, if I scroll down, this doesn't move ever because it's fixed to the top. It's pinned there. All right. So speaking of top, let's go ahead and set it to the top so it takes up the whole full width. All right. And oh yeah, Webflow adds a placeholder color so you can see your navbar. So I'm going to change that to, let's just change it to, I don't know, let's change it to like gray. Something like that. Okay. Cool. All right. Now, as you can see here, there's a container, and containers that Webflow provides is a 960 width div. Okay. And I like to have more control over my divs. And so instead of using container, I'm going to drag in a div block inside of the navbar, but above the container, and then move the brand, nav menu, and menu button elements into the new one and delete the old one. There we go. So now this div block, I have more control over the width, and I'm going to call it nav container and give it a max width of 1100 pixels and center it. Okay, so this guy right here, that's the centering trick, but obviously what it does is add auto on both sides of the margin. That's it. It's just a shortcut icon. All right. Now, I'm going to go to our nav menu. And so the nav menu already has nav links, but yeah, I don't want those. I'm going to make my own. So I'm going to delete all 3 of these. All right. And in this nav menu, I'm going to add in a link block. And let's call this, actually, no, let's put some content inside of the link block. So I'm going to drag in the home icon. Awesome. And also I'm going to put in a text block. All right. Now you can't really see it, so let's go ahead and style that. I'm going to go to link block, no underline, and we're going to make this white. There we go. Now I can see my text. I'm going to double click this and we'll call this home. All right. So I want these side by side. So how I can do that is, let's first size this icon down. I'm going to call this nav icon, and let's size it down to something like a 35 height. Yeah, that's good right there. I'm going to go to my link block, and I want these side by side, so easily enough I can do flex. And I want these centered vertically, so I'm going to use align center. There you go. Now this home and this icon, they're really too close to each other. They shouldn't be bumping into each other like that. So I'm I'm going to push it out by 8 pixels. Now that looks good. All right, so this nav menu though, that doesn't look good. Look at it. It's all the way to the top. So what I can do is 2 things. I can use margin to push it down and try to like eyeball it where the center is. Or, and I deleted that. Or I can go to this nav container and I can say flexbox and use justify this one right here. See how they're on the 2 edges, 2 sides? So I'm going to do that. And there we go. And then for the line, align center. There we go. So let the computer figure out where center is. And then you can go on with your day. All right, so now that we have those, let's go ahead and copy and paste this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Oh, one more. 4. There we go. Okay, as you can see, they're all stacked on top of each other. Let's move them all in one row and use our friend, the flex. Oh, it's already flex. Oh, here we go. Grow if possible. Huh, is that a bug? Probably. Let me save this. Okay, saved. Interesting. Let's refresh. Okay. Please don't bug on me now. Okay. Interesting. We're back. All right, let's restyle this. No underline, make it white, but also flex. Center? What happened? Flex. There we go. That's what I wanted. All right, so if you're still with me, what I have is the nav menu is flex horizontal. That way I can have one row. And each of these link blocks are also flex and horizontal and vertically aligned. Okay. All right, so each link block, let's also push them away from each other. Let's do 16. Cool. All right, now let's just change these because they're not all going to the home page. So I'm going to double click the image, and this one will go to like an about me. This one will go to work, and this one will go to contact. And now we need to change the word. So I can either double click inside of a text block or click it and press enter, and then Command A for all. Oops. Contact. All right, so our nav bar is done. Cool. Pretend this is our nav bar, okay? Now, how do we make it mobile and put it to the bottom? All right, so if I go here, look at everything is gone from my nav bar. The reason why is because there's actually a hamburger menu button right there. So if I click on settings and then click open, that's where my link blocks are. But you know what? I don't need this. I want this to be like an app where I can always see these icons. So what I can do is with the mobile menu button clicked, I can set the menu icon for none. Okay, so I never want to see that. So if I go to desktop, tablet, I don't see a menu button. The menu button is gone. Okay, so I had to reset those styles by previewing it. All right, makes sense? Cool. Now, next, going there, let's push this to the bottom. So I'm going to click on navbar and set this down to bottom. Okay, and now let's make this look better. All right, for this brand, I don't need this here. I don't need it here, so I'm going to hide it. Okay, and for the nav container, instead of on the sides, how about we do center? Yeah, there we go. And usually, um, usually labels for icons are on the bottom when it comes to apps. And so I can set this link block to vertical. And all of these icons have a margin of 8. So I'm going to set that back down to 0. Looking good. And pushing this down. Let's push it down by 8. So far, so good. Nice. And you know what? This nav, let's see here. Nav container. No. Nav menu. Let's go ahead and grow it. Make it full width. Yep, like that. And the reason why is because I want to space around. Okay, so the difference between this is this goes to the very edges, where this one, it just finds space around each one. All right. And now it's looking more like an app. We can play around with this even more by going to link block and setting the font size smaller, something like 12. Yeah, and we should push, and we should give the nav container, where's it, navbar? Yeah, we can give the navbar some more padding, something like that. And now it kind of looks like an app. All right. So again, this is good if you only have a maximum of 5 pages, okay? If you go any more, then it gets crazy, like watch. So here's 5. Now if you add one more, that's nuts. Don't do this, all right? Don't do this. Maximum 5, okay? And we're not gonna worry about iPhone 5S. Or the iPod Touch. Wait, do iPod Touches still exist? Yeah. Well, there you go. That's how to do it. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of Flexbox happening here. Hopefully you've learned a lot about Flexbox from this video. If you haven't, I'm happy to do another one to further explain. Just let me know what you want in the comments below. Also, please, if you can, use this trick as much as you can on your projects, including your own portfolio site, because having a hamburger menu at the top right of a screen, that's just too hard to tap with one hand. If I'm like holding it naturally, like the phones are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And so stretching your thumb to the very edge is not as fun as, you know, a bottom menu. It's much easier. All right, better user experience. So use this as much as you can. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to support me, click on the subscribe link, like button, and the notification bell. If you want to give me some feedback, there's a comment section below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. And as always, make the web beautiful together. See ya.